Hi guys, now welcome back to my channel. We're here with the Ultimate Racing League, and this is round 4, race 2. And as you can see, we're still at Magori. We are still at Majori. This is the full course. It is, just a reminder, it is 3.6 miles long and 17 turns. Now, obviously, you saw race 1 earlier with Mini taking that Fanatic victory, which you'll be overjoyed with. And so, obviously, that race 1, they did also just use soft tyres. So, we come to race 2 now with a reverse grid based off, obviously, previous results. And there is a mandatory pit stops on this race 2. It is 12 laps as well. Obviously, they have to use the mediums and hards in this race. There's a minimum of 2 laps per tyre. But obviously not going to do 2 laps on each and keep changing, so just take too much time. So anyway, so let's get on with the grid. DB starts on pole. He'll be hoping to have a better race this time because he didn't have the best of races in race 1. Ginger Ninja will start in 2nd, Ninky New will start 3rd, Vane will start 4th, All Saint Like starts 5th, Keyboard starts 6th. He'll be hoping to have a better race. Keyboard will definitely be hoping to have a better race. In race 2, he was having a brilliant race in race 1, led the majority of it, and then obviously he had it coming together with someone. So obviously he didn't have the best finish, unfortunately. Aid there in 7th, Nudie there in 8th, Gaz there in 9th. He also was having a great race, and then obviously all fell apart. Colesberg in 10th, Pablo in 11th, Fazzy in 2nd, and Minnie at the back, who obviously won it. So let's get this race on the way and see how they all do. So DB just taking them through the final corner. Just waiting for the light so the klaxon go out, and it's out, and they are full engines. Go, go, go. So it's, let's see, DB hards, Ginge mediums, Ninxie hards, Vane mediums. Let's just have a look, see what tyres everyone is on. So Ginger's on mediums, Vane's on mediums. So it looks like there's only the 2, Ginger and Vane, looks like they're the only 2 on mediums. So Ginger's going to take the lead now because he's on the faster tyre. So Ginger Ninja is in the lead now. DB's down to 2nd with Ninky New there right behind DB, looking to try and get past. Vane currently in 4th, making his way up the grid gradually on his medium tyres. Like Ninky and DB struggling here struggling through that a little bit. So Ninky's up to 2nd with Vane, but no, Ninky's now, looks like Ninky's trying to get that position back, but unable. So Vane's up to 2nd now, with Ninky down to 3rd. Keyboard is up to 4th now. DB there in 5th. He's dropped to 5th. Hasn't had a great start to this race, with Gav now going around the outside of DB now. Gaz is up to 5th with DB down to 7th. All Saint Like there is in 8th. He's got Nudie making a pass on him now. So Nudie's up to 7th with Saint down to 8th. And then Aid there in 9th. Fazzy there in 10th. So he's made a few spaces up. Minnie there in 11th. Pablo there in 12th. And Colesberg there in 13th. So the front 2 from race 1 are gradually making their way up the grid now. Aid gets that corner all completely wrong, but manages to keep it in a straight line. Fazzy's going for a move on him now as they come down to turn 1. And Fuzzy takes it around the outside. Fuzzy up to 9th, 8 down to 10th now. Pablo's still there, right behind, going from, looks like he's trying to get past as well. Neil Kohlberg and, oh, Mini's dropped down. What happened to Mini? He was further up than that. Thought it was higher than that. Okay, maybe it wasn't. Okay, got that corner a little bit wrong. That's allowed Pablo and Kohlberg to get packed past. Let's go up to the front and see how the front guys are going. So the Ginger Ninja there in the lead, and he is definitely going for it now. He's got a little bit of a gap to Vane there in second. He's got Keyboard chasing after him in third. With Nicky New there in fourth, Gaz there in fifth, DB there in sixth, New there in seventh, Sane there in eighth. He's got Fazzy Verti chasing him down in ninth position. With Mini there in 10th. He's battling with Kohlberg at the moment, side by side as they go through the S's. But Kohlberg is just ahead. And there's Pablo there in 12th. With 8 there in 13th. He must have had an issue somewhere. I'm sure he was higher up than that. Looking at this, looking at Mini and Kohlberg. Mini is right on Kohlberg's bumper. Mini really wants to get that position from him. They are both on hard tyres, so there's no advantage for either of them. And meanwhile, lap 2, Ginger Ninja in the lead with Vane there in second. Trying to chase down. Vane has just picked up the fastest lap. He's running slightly quicker than the Ginger Ninja is, so he's making a push to close that gap on Ginge. But they've got Keyboard there in third spot, but on hard tyres. So he will be pushing, Keyboard will be pushing on those hard tyres. He's doing well currently at the moment, but he is the first of the hard runners. Then Nicky New there in 4th, with Gaz there in 5th, DB there in 6th. He's being chased by Nudie there in 7th. Saint there in 8th, he's chasing Nudie down, trying to. And Fuzzy there in 9th. Looks like Saint got that a little bit wrong. That's allowed Fuzzy to close the gap on him a little bit now. And Kohlberg there in 10th. And Mini has dropped off a little bit from Kohlberg now. He was riding his rear bumper, but I think he's decided just to back off a little bit so there isn't an issue. And then 8th there is in 12th. In 12th now, and Pablo has dropped down to the back to 12th place, unfortunately. To lap 3. Oh, Jins takes a very wide line there. Catches a bit of the grass. doesn't cost him too much, but that has allowed Vane to close that gap right up onto him. So the first of the hard runners, DB, Nudie, Fuzzy, Mini and Aid have all gone into the pits now to get onto the medium tyres. So for all them going into the pits, Pablo is now there in 8th. Gaz and Ninky are battling out for 4th spot, I mean. Oh, Gaz went out very wide there. Didn't cost him too much time, but Ninky is going to keep coming at him as they go through the S's. Ninky is trying to keep up with Gaz as much as he can. Looking at their times, Gaz is on a 2:11.1 and Ninky's a 2:11.8. So Mr. Saint there in 6th. He's got Colesberg there in 7th, chasing him down. Looking at their times, Saint is on a 12.2 and Colesberg is on an 11.4. So Colesberg is trying to close that gap gradually. And then Pablo is he's dropped off a little bit in 8th now. And then now Fuzzy is on the medium tyres. So is Mini, so is DB. DB is chasing Mini down, trying to get out position from him. But he's thought better of it. The Nudie there is down in 12th position currently, and Aid there is down in 13th. So Ninky New has pitted, coming back out. He's back out in 7th position. Takes it a bit wider than he wanted to. Pablo is now coming back out of the pits now. He's down in 12th. So the Ginger Ninja is still leading. Vane is definitely closing that gap on him, trying to catch him. Vane is definitely going for it at the moment. Vane is running faster laps at the moment. Vane does have the fastest lap currently with a 2:09.5. So they come through this bit with Vane literally just looking, hoping that Ginger Ninja will make a mistake. Looks like Ginger's struggling a little bit. He's just, we got that previous corner all wrong. That's allowed, and it's going out wide there as well. So that's allowed Vane to make an easy pass on him. So Vane's now taking the lead with Ginger down to 2nd and a half second penalty to serve. Gaz has got into the pits from 4th now. Keyboard is there in 3rd on the hard tyres. Chasing down the medium tyres guys. So in fact, even though Keyboard's on the slower tyre, he's managing, he is putting 1st and 2nd under a lot of pressure here. And then there is a gap to Colesberg there in 4th position now. with the Saint there in 5th. And then this is the first of the people who have changed their tyres. So Gaz there is 6th. Got Mini chasing him down in 7th. And then Nicky New there in 8th. Fazzy chasing him down in 9th. Fazzy going for a move here, looks like. Up on the inside, does he do it? Yeah, he does, but Ninky's coming back at him. Well, let's go back. So meanwhile, in front of them two, Gaz has got the Mini Egg all over his rear bumper looking for that position. Is Mini going to try and make a move here at the bottom of the hill? Well, Mini's on the outside, Gaz is on the inside. Well, Gaz keeps that position. With Mini chasing him down on those medium tyres now. They're both on medium tyres, so Keyboard has now decided to go into the pits now. So where will that bring him back out? Carlsberg and all Saint like. Well, Carlsberg is now pitting. Saint's going to carry on for another lap. So for the time being, Saint will take 3rd position. So is Gaz going to get past Keyboard? No, he doesn't. Keyboard will have 4th place with Gaz up to 5th, Mini up to 6th, Fazzy up to 7th, Nicky New up to 8th, DB up to 9th, Nudie up to 10th, Aid up to 11th, Pablo up to 12th. Oh, Pablo completely got that all wrong there. So he's coming down to turn 1. Oh, it unsettles his car and sends him spinning, so that's a shame there for Pablo. Luckily he doesn't spin completely, so he doesn't lose much time, but he is now rock bottom of the grid, unfortunately. But meanwhile, lap 7, Vane does have the lead, and he has quite a goodish lead. There's a couple of 2-3 seconds between the two of them, I think. And the question's going to be, when are they going to take to the pits? And then you've got this all Saint-like there in 3rd position. He's all on his own at the moment, got no one around him. Keyboard, who has come out of the, obviously just come out of the pits. And he's on the medium tyre, so he's going to be gunning to catch the top spot. Go make up for lost points from race 1. So you got a good little race going here by these three, Mini, Gaz and Fuzzy. Mini has just got past Gaz now, Gaz down to 6th. Fuzzy is there as well. Oh, hurry up, camera. So they come through these few sections. Gaz is trying to get past, but he's not been able to. But now Fazzy's been able to go for a move. Fazzy's on the inside, Gaz on the outside. Fazzy's going to take 6th place from Gaz, and Gaz is going to come back at him now. Is he going to be able to make a move on this next corner? On the first corner? We're trying to. They're side by side going through these few corners, and Gaz has got past Fazzy again, but Fazzy's gonna come back at him through this corner. Now Gaz is going to take the position back. So great few corners through of racing through these two especially, because that could have all ended up in tears. Oh, Gaz has now gone out completely wide. That's allowed Fuzzy to take that position, and Ninky Noo up to 5th now. Because he lap at 8, Vane is still leading with Ginger Ninja there in 2nd, and then Keyboard, he's got a massive gap over Mini in 4th, and then Ninky Noo there in 5th, Fuzzy there in 6th, Gaz chasing him down in 7th. Oh, Fuzzy got that all wrong. That's allowed Gaz to do a great move there. Go up the inside, take that 6th place from Fuzzy there. The Gaz there is 5th, Ninky there is 6th. Fuzzy's just got past Ninky Noo, so Fuzzy's now up to 6th, with Ninky there in 7th, Noonie there in 8th, Abe there in 9th. Carlsberg there in 10th, he's battling with DB at the moment. Looking at their tyres, they're both on medium tyres, so there's no advantage for either of them here. Looks like DB's trying to go for a move here, but he's unable to. Carlsberg keeps that 10th spot for the time being. Pablo there in 12th, and All Saint like is dead last at the moment, unfortunately. So anyway, let's have a drink. So lap 9, with 3 laps to go. Well, 3 laps to go. So they will have to. They'll either have to come in this lap or the next lap. Vane is definitely going for it, trying to keep that lead for as long as possible. And Ginger Ninja is definitely chasing after him. He's not letting Vane go in silence. So Vane goes on for the next lap. Yes, he has to do 2 laps minimum on a tyre, so they need to go into the pits, change their tyres at the end of this lap to make it veiled. Otherwise, if they don't, it won't go down very well, so you can expect Vane and Ginger to go in the pits at the end of this lap. Keyboard is there. Let's see where them two are. They're there. Keyboard just coming down the hill towards his next turn. So he is, at the moment, he's purple. Mini there in 4th. Fuzzy there in 5th. Gaz there in 6th. Ninky Noo there in 7th. He's got Aid all over his rear bumper looking for that position. We got Nudies there as well. But he's having the opportunity now to go for a move here on Ninky. But Nudi's there as well. Going 3 abreast around here. while that's all going on, that's allowed Kohlberg to close right up on Nudie now. With DB there in 11th, when he's got Pablo all over his rear bumper at the moment. Oh, Nudie goes out a bit wide. That's going to allow Kohlberg to try and go for a run, try and get past. But he's unable to. Nudie keeps that 9th space for the time being, and Bain and Ginge have gone into the pits now. And Keyboard will take the lead here. Yeah, so Keyboard has taken the lead. Bain comes back out in 2nd. What about Ginge? Ginge comes back out in 3rd. Just ahead of Mini. There's a couple second gap between the two of them though, so Mini is on the medium tyres because now Bain is on the hards, and Ginger Ninja are on the hards, whereas Mini's on the medium, so he's going to be gunning to try and close that gap on Ginger as quickly as possible, but there's not much time left for him to do it since this is lap 11. Fuzzy there in 5th. With Gaz there is 6th, so 8 there is in 7th. He's been chased by Ninky Nude there in 8th spot, and then Nudie and Kohlberg are battling it out here as they come into the S's. Nudie is just ahead, with Kohlberg just behind him. So they come down to this corner, Kohlberg gets ahead, but Nudie goes up the inside, takes that position back off of him. So Kohlberg back down to 10th, Nudie up to 9th. And then you got Pablo, he is closing that gap on Kohlberg a little bit. At the moment he is in 11th, he wants higher up. And Pablo is right behind Kohlberg here. DB there is a bit off from Pablo in 12th. And then all saying like they're in 13th. He's dropped off a little bit, unfortunately. So we're on the final lap now. Keyboard does have this lead, and he has quite a good lead over Vane in 2nd. And Bane's got a good lead over Mini. So Mini has been able to get past catch Ginger up and take that position from the Ginger Ninja now. And Fuzzy there is in 5th. I don't think there's going to be enough time for Fuzzy to catch Ginger up. I think Ginger has got enough space and enough time in his car to keep that full position. Gaz got a half-second penalty to serve, which he'll be serving this lap. I think Gaz is definitely too far ahead of Aid for Aid to take that position, but he's still being chased. Nick is still chasing Aid down in 8th. And then Nudie is there in 9th, just serving the penalty. So Kohlberg and Pablo pass him. And they are battling it out for his corner. Kohlberg goes up to 9th, gets past Pablo. But Pablo gets back past again. So these two are battling it out. I better go up to the start. Keyboard comes home to take victory for race 2. He'll be well happy with that after the disaster of race 1. Vane will take second, so he'll be happy with that. Minnie will be happy with 3rd. Ginger will be happy with 4th. Fazzy 5th. Gaz 6th. Aid 7th. Nikki 8th. Pablo 9th. Coldberg 10th. Lulu 11th. DB 12th. And Saint will come home to finish in last place. Now, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. That was race 2. Thank you to Colesberg for saving and sharing the replays, because without them I would have made them. And I will see you next time for round 5 at Road Atlanta. So bye bye for now.